the moment has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here for the Gym Challenge Sunday number 2 here for Regulation E, our Teal Mask DLC tournament number 2 here. I am Sister Cornell alongside Arnie Wolf, and once again we have reached the grand final stage, and Allan Martinez has marched all the way back to the grand finals after last week, and Grant Weldon was the person who was able to win out his match, and now he is going to contest to see if he can win this Gym Challenge Sunday, with the team matchup being for Allan, Alolan Ninetales, Rillaboom, Iron Bundle, Ogrepon Heartflame, Urshifu Rapid Strike, Lander Asterion, and both players are ready instantly.
That was fast.
And Grant's team is going to have Tornadus Incarnate, Regidrago, Urshifu Rapid Strike, Goldango, Farigiraf, and Rillaboom, and we do not have time to discuss because we are going straight into the grand final.
Let's do this. I'm so excited about this. I really like both teams here because Snow, which I said last week was the meta, is going to be Aurora Veil, and we also are going to see, we're going to actually see Goldango and Tornadus lead on one side, and Ogrepon Heartflame and Iron Bundle on the other. But I was going to say the other Pokemon I think is notable, Regidrago, which is a really good matchup here for Grant, except for that Ninetales. We were talking about that earlier, that is pretty much immune to any damage from Regidrago.
They said, but it is, but now instead we see Goldango from Grant, and oh my goodness, man. Okay, Allan's going for an is he really going to lock into Terrestrial Position as an Ogrepon? I mean, yes, Grant doesn't have Intimidate, but does he have the advantage that he needs to go for the Terra for? And he is going to lock it in.
Going right into it here.
Okay, Allan's going very aggressive with this Ogrepon.
Hyper aggressive. This gold. Okay, here's the nice thing though. This Goldango, it's got Life Orb, but can't really do that all that much damage if it stays in. I do think that just getting that attack boost is really important. There's one thing I'm worried about though with Allan, but it's been working. I mean, his team has been absolutely amazing, but speed control, that's something you gotta pay attention to. Although you have Iron Bundle on the field, which can just do massive amount of damage to this Tornadus, it pretty much can get a Tailwind up, and Regidrago in the back could be very scary.
Important to note, this Iron Bundle does not have Icy Wind, so the speed control will be in favor of Grant, and oh my god.
It does have booster energy though, so it's going to be faster.
That's going to be a big protect read if Grant actually got this correct. Iron Bundle also protects. If this Ogrepon's faster than this Goldango and the Ivy Culture went into the way, oh, it's just a protect.
Triple protect. Smart. I think it's smart. I do think that's a good call, because it does actually not only bait out that Ogrepon to go for Terrafire, which it just did, but now you're pretty safe. I think right now, the best bet is to probably go into the Regidrago or Urshifu. If you have Urshifu, great, and then set up the Tailwind with your Tornadus. It does have Focus Sash, which we haven't seen too much today, but it is really nice with Focus Sash Protect, and I think that being able to just set up one of the two is really nice. You could also go for your Terrafire on Goldango, stay in, and just make it rain to get rid of the Iron Bundle, because it's a fragile Pokemon, especially defensive. So using a full power Make It Rain with the Life Orb is going to be enough to take it out, especially because it cannot Terra. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see
Tailwind comes out from Tornadus.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Make It Rain incoming.
If we either Make It Rain or a Shadow Ball potentially into this Goldango, Iron Bundle is fast thanks to that booster energy, and this Freeze Dry is not enough to rock the Focus Sash on the Tornadus. Goldango will just go for the Make It Rain, which will easily knock out the Iron Bundle, but Ogrepon takes it pretty well.
Right now, if you're Allan, you hope you brought a Ninetales, because that Regidrago's about to just get a massive
Life Orb damage there to Grant's Goldango. Ivy Cudgel is the choice for Allan's Ogrepon to go for, and it targets the Goldango, so down it goes. Are we going to see a critical hit just for the fun of it? And we do.
That's when the crits don't, that's always when they hit, when they don't matter.
All right, okay, I really think these Ivy Cudgels are starting to act like they're a scope lens for some reason.
Really? Today the Ivy Cudgels have been critting more than ever, and I think right now, I think you go into Rillaboom right now and just wait for that. Okay, you can go into Ninetales too. I was gonna say bait out the Regidrago. Goes in. I was gonna say bait out the Regidrago with Rillaboom, then switch in, which forces them to go for a Dragon Energy when they can't really do much. I think though,
and the Ninetales does come in.
You got this isn't okay. It's not horrible. It's not horrible. I think right now you have to Tailwind and protect that Regidrago because you do not want to get hit. But the nice thing though with Grant, you have not used your Terra yet. So if you are able to just go for Tailwind, and I think actually if you go for Tailwind and just spam Dragon Energy, you should be fine. If your last Pokemon is Urshifu Rapid Strike, or to an extent Rillaboom, but I think Rapid Strike more, so you can pretty much sweep with speed control here.
Yeah, because Grant has it fully to its advantage because of the fact that the Iron Bundle did not have Icy Wind, which would have been nice to have if Allan had it, but you know, after the blunder that was the choice specs from last week, Allan had to make a switch, and so far the switch has been helping out for him.
Oh, for sure.
And the Tornadus is actually going to be the one to switch out for Grant. And I believe, oh, it's Urshifu.
Not a bad play. Not a bad play at all. I think right now, if you, cause most
and the Terra comes down for Grant's Reggie Drago.
Yep, that's the call, because you go for a Dragon Energy, basically ensures that the Ogre Prime is gone. You most likely take a hit from a Moonblast on Ninetales Alolan form. It's bulky. And if it goes max special attack, you're probably fine.
Dragon Energy goes first, and this is going to knock out the Ogre Pun.
Bye, Ogre. Yeah, right now, Surging Strikes you got Surging Strikes on the Ninetales. Ninetales needs to connect with that Urshifu slot and get rid of it. Then we've got a bit of a tough matchup here.
Down goes the Ogre Pawn. Now this Ninetales, I'm pretty sure, did it go for the Moonblast? It went for the Blizzard, especially for a freeze now at this point.
Pretty much.
Does it even get one? It doesn't even get one.
Okay, not horrible. This is still not a bad position, I would say. I would protect the Reggie Draco and switch the Urshifu out. Just because you're probably going to get faked out in this turn. Rillaboom's known for fake out. Obviously, it has this one on Allan's side as well. I think if you protect and switch to Tornadus, you don't really need speed control at the moment because your Urshifu is Choice Scarf, so you're able to go ahead and knock it out. And as long as you live one high horsepower from Rillaboom, you're able to go ahead and pick up a Draco Meteor onto it. That's the game.
I mean, that's if this Urshifu elects to stay in or switch out, because even though there is a potential for the Rillaboom to go ahead and grassy glide into the Urshifu, I don't think it's anywhere close to being near a knockout range, and you know, not going to be scared of even tempted to go for it. Tornadus is actually going to switch in here, hopefully to take its place.
You know what, actually, I take it back. I don't think you protect.
Oh, K got into the Reggie Drago.
Okay, maybe you should have protected. I think it still could have been safe to just go for the attack anyways.
Talon may be going down this turn. If this is his Blizzard, this is just a Moonblast into the Urshifu slot. So Tornadus is actually going to faint in place at this Urshifu, and Talon expired this turn. Allan may have a bit of breathing room.
You're fine regardless.
Okay, Talon's still up. Talon's still up. Never mind.
It didn't really matter because you have Choice Scarf. Okay, but there is one kind of dangerous thing. This Ninetales may not actually survive the hit from the Urshifu. I do think here, though, like I said, actually now you're in a real kind of banking on this Urshifu to one-hit KO this Ninetales, and it's a 50-50 shot, because if not, you're gonna have to say goodbye to your Urshifu. But then a free...
Here goes a grassy glide to the Urshifu. It gets a critical hit, I think that was a critical hit, and it's not.
No! Oh, well.
That's a lot of power into that.
That's dangerous. I mean, it did make sense. We did see Urshifu get chipped a bit. That's enough with the Blizzard.
Dragon Energy is not even enough to check out the Assault Vest Rillaboom. Blizzard comes out, and not a single target is not even near close to being a knockdown. That's a frozen Reggie Drago, and that might as well say it all.
Oh my goodness, this was a match. I still... Okay,
and
well...
Talon's gone, but can Grant even unthaw in time?
No, the answer is no. I think this is oh, wow, that was insane. First things first, you now know if you're Grant, you're like, okay, this Rillaboom does way more than I thought. I believed it was going to do about 70%, so I thought that the Urshifu would live it with about 5%. Did not do that.
Frozen solid, tried to get another attack off as his Aurora Veil came up.
Yeah, it's not...
High horsepower front as Rillaboom. Gonna go ahead and hit this Reggie Draco for the knockout, and Allan Martinez wins game number 1 in his road to become the new champion of the Gym Challenge.
I think Allan's got a good shot here. That being said, Reggie Draco is a good call. Just because I think Rillaboom kind of messed up that Urshifu there. Grassy Glide does not one-hit KO Urshifu.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Did it take some chip damage from that Blizzard, which I think what ended up mattering is we now all know this Rillaboom probably is invested fully in its attack stat.
Oh yeah, and I actually think that even if with a full attack Rillaboom, Urshifu still lives it with 5 HP. I believe it could live it anywhere between 13 and 1. Literally, I'm not even kidding. Like 0.7%. So any Blizzard chip damage is enough to get rid of the Rillaboom. That's why the Scarf is so important on this Urshifu. It is able to outspeed the Ninetales and get rid of it, but you gotta watch out for the Urshifu. I think right now, Allan, if you're... I would actually go for the same core of Urshifu, Reggie Draco, and Tornadus. Golden Go didn't do much.
It knocked out the Iron Bundle, but that was all it did.
I don't think Rillaboom's going to do as better, to be honest. I think you're pretty safe to just stay in, but be careful of the Ogerpon. I think if you, because that Ogerpon, also do not to forget, the Ogerpon on Allan's side has Grassy Glide as well. That's its primary grass move.
And
so
we saw earlier how much damage it did with that +1 attack. Made it remind us all about the Rillaboom of the past.
Yeah, pretty much how I felt. And I think Ogerpon is a good combo here. To be honest, though, I think right now if you're Grant, you just go full-on Tornadus Regidrago. I think that's the call. And then you taunt on Ninetales. I think you want to prevent the Aurora Veil from being set up, and then you could just, that's where your Dragon Energy.
And once again, it's Tornadus Regidrago for Grant, and once again for Allan, it's Iron Bundle and Ogerpon. Actually, lead. No, I was wrong. Grant actually had a Goldengo the last time, so Regidrago now is in the lead.
This is a good lead. It's still scary.
Yeah, because the danger here is Ogerpon switching into Ninetales, then the Blizzard comes out, forcing a Terra on the Regidrago.
You have to pretty much Terra Regidrago regardless. Why it's scary, though, Iron Bundle outspeeds even after a Tailwind. And there's no avoiding that. And I think, like you said, we're going to see the switch into Ninetales. Actually, here, what I think the best play is... Oh, gosh, it's really tough. I think you Bleakwind Storm, try and get rid of the Iron Bundle, and switch into Urshifu. Because that way you can go for the Surging Strikes before they set up the Aurora Veil.
And Ogerpon will retreat into this Ninetales. I mean, if Bleakwind Storm does come out, does it even survive a Blizzard in the first place? Because if it doesn't survive... Oh, wait, Focus Sash.
It's Focus Sash, yeah, so it should live one Blizzard, and that will be just enough.
Terra does activate for...
Okay,
yeah, this is Grant's.
So we're going to see probably... We're probably going to see Tailwind.
Terra Steel comes out from Regidrago.
Not horrible position, actually. I think we are going to see Tailwind.
And here is the Regidrago fully embracing the Steel type. Tailwind comes out from the Tornadus. Iron Bundle has been shown to be faster thanks to that booster energy speed multiplier that it has. Yeah. Blizzard does come with connect on both Pokemon. Tornadus hangs on with that Focus Sash.
We're freeze fishing here. But no catch this time, as far as I'm aware.
Not yet, at least. Focus Sash goes in first. No freezes come out. Regidrago goes for the Dragon Energy, which will knock at the Iron Bundle, but won't work against this Ninetales.
All right, not bad. You know what? I'm not gonna. This is not bad. Actually, it's really actually a solid position. Rillaboom comes out. You get a free. You go for that free Dragon Energy. I think regardless of what comes out, the right call is to taunt the Ninetales because you do not want that Aurora Veil up. If Aurora Veil goes up, it's pretty much game over. I think you go for a taunt on the Ninetales, and even if the Rillaboom does, if Rillaboom comes, okay, this is why it's so scary. If Rillaboom comes out, you kind of just have to, yeah, a taunt is still the best play. Just let it go down. You can get 2 Dragon Energies in enough, but the thing is, if I'm not mistaken,
Allan's really thinking about who to switch in.
This is such a tough call because both are scary.
Yeah, and both are weak to Bleakwind Storm before a Terra.
Yeah, and the fact that we still possibly have Goldengo for a draft, or Rillaboom in the back.
Ogerpon is the choice.
Okay. I think that is a 50-50 call. I think the play is obvious, in my opinion. You taunt on the Ninetales and go for another Dragon Energy.
Oh, wait a minute.
I don't think you Terra here.
He's really thinking about it.
You're not going to outspeed. You're not going to live the Dragon Energy. I do not think you're going to live the Dragon Energy.
Well, we are going to see.
Oh, there's actually something interesting. You can go for a Bleakwind Storm too if you're Tornadus.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you could go Bleakwind Storm, Ogerpon just goes down no matter what, or you could get some damage on the Ninetales.
Yeah, it's like
you're not really worried about that Aurora Veil.
It's that Aurora Veil. That's what's. Do you stop the Aurora Veil or do you go for full power?
Spiky Shield from this Ogerpon is the choice here for Allan, and let's see what both of Grant's Pokemon do here. Taunt does go into this Alolan Ninetales, so Aurora Veil won't be going up anytime soon.
I think that was the better call. I definitely think it was a better call.
What did the Regidrago do here? Dragon Energy tried to pick off the Ogerpon, but instead it was just going to catch a Spiky Shield. Now, if Allan did go for Blizzard here, that would be pretty amazing if he did go for that, knowing the taunt, and he did. He knew the taunt was coming. Tornadus goes down, and the Blizzard, not very effective on the Steel-type Regidrago, does not get a freeze.
You're fine now. I think you actually are in possibly the best shape you can be. If Grant brought out Urshifu, we can almost wrap this game up.
Goldengo's first.
I think Goldengo actually is equal. You know, both are fine. Just because Goldengo under Talon.
Make it rain, and Dragon Energy covers everything on the field, and nothing's safe unless the Rillaboom switches in.
Even then, I think Rillaboom goes down. I think you're fine. There is one thing that will help here.
Terrifier?
It's not going to help. I think you switch to Rillaboom and you go on the Ninetales slot and you go for the Grassy Glide with the Terra. I do think the Terra will help, but not Ivy Cudgel. Terra, Grassy Glide is the only way I think that you can survive this, because if you can ship enough damage off Dragon Energy, you can just do what you need to do to stall out the Tailwind and then win the match if you're
Ninetales cannot protect here. Now Ninetales is considering the Terra.
I would not Terra for a Ninetales. That's it.
Oh no, Allan's gonna have to go for it because that timer's running low. Ogerpon retreats into this Rillaboom.
Okay.
And Ninetales is really looking to take a hit or to make it rain more than the Dragon Energy right now.
I think we lose both of these two on Allan's side here. I really do. Because if it's bulky Ninetales, but it's Dragon Energy, oh, Ninetales may actually live it.
Ninetales is pretty especially bulky. It's pretty susceptible.
It could survive this. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. I think, though, if Ninetales survives, that's a big play.
Make-It Rain goes first. Run this Goldango. Does take it both attacks. Both Rillaboom and Ninetales take it pretty considerably well. Now that Ninetales is no longer weak to that Ice type. Goldango takes a bit of damage from the Life Orb. Dragon Energy from this Regidrago now hitting into this Ninetales. It is not enough to take the knockout!
Oh, snap! 9 and 6 HP. I know we're gonna get a Blizzard and probably a high horsepower.
No freezes come out.
Oh, it's fake out. Sorry. It can fake out on this turn. Okay, you know what? You're still in good shape. You're still in good shape if you're Grant. You just click Make It Rain again and you click Dragon Energy again.
Tailwind's still up.
It does not matter. Yeah, that's important. That's important. But it does the only thing right now that I think the important thing is you protect Ninetales. I would not.
You cannot protect Ninetales because of the taunt.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, just lose these two. I think you just lose these two. Because you could Dragon Energy. If you switch Ogerpon in favor of Rillaboom, that's not bad. But personally,
you can only fake out the Regidrago, and then both of your Pokemon still faint to a Make It Rain.
I
think Grant's in the driver's seat.
Grant is definitely in the driver's seat. I'm trying to think of any way that Allan doesn't get a hefty hit from something here, by either losing the two here, or yeah, I think either way, if this Goldango just Shadow Balls on Rillaboom, that's probably the only thing that would give Allan a little bit of an advantage.
And interestingly enough, Ninetales swaps out for that Ogerpon. Ogerpon, probably a better survivability method against this Make It Rain as it is resistant to that fire typing, and good choicing there. Ogerpon does survive pretty niftily. However, it cannot go for the Terra anymore.
Okay.
So Grassy Glide is not going to be doing a whole lot of damage, but
it's so intense. Okay. Here's what I think you do. It's iffy, but I think because the Tailwind's going to expire.
As it does expire right now.
If Grant did bring in Urshifu as the last Pokemon, you sacrifice it right now. You bring it in, and you sacrifice it.
Over what? The Goldango with a minus 2 special attack, or the Regidrago that's currently...
Switch out the Goldango, because that way it gives you a bit of a boost. And most likely they can only pick, the Ogerpon can only pick one of the two to KO. If they decide to target the Goldango, then your Urshifu is able to pick up the KO with Surging Strikes. If not, then your, and Ogerpon decides to target the Urshifu, then I think Goldango may just do enough damage to pick it up with a Shadow Ball thanks to that Life Orb. So I think right now you basically switch Goldango out into Urshifu, go for a Dragon Energy. If you could just chip any bit of Ogerpon, good. That's what you need. And then...
Yeah, Goldango switches out.
Yeah,
if it's this Urshifu, this is big because Ogerpon can still get a one-hit knockout, and it is Urshifu.
Yeah.
Grassy Glide is pretty strong from this Ogerpon. Ninetales just protecting.
Actually, I would be surprised to see another Protect here.
And Regidrago does protect here. If this Ogerpon went for the Grassy Glide into the Goldango slot, that's going to be a big swing of the pendulum.
Nope.
Instead, it's Ivy Cudgel.
Okay, this is what's important now. Pay attention to the grassy terrain, because...
Snow stopped, so Blizzard's now inaccurate. I believe grassy terrain still has another turn, because that Rillaboom came in a bit late during that battle.
I think right now...
It is still intact.
I think the play...
I would think Ogerpon outspeeds this Regidrago, but the problem is just like, what's more the threat, the Regidrago or the Urshifu? And in my mind, the answer is Urshifu.
I think what you do is you Aqua Jet the Ninetales and then Dragon Energy, because that kind of scares them from going into a Terrestrial and getting their boost up, and it gives you a free Shadow Ball.
There's no Terrestrialization in play right now for Ogerpon to go for. Grassy Glide into the Urshifu, not enough for the knockout! Surging Strikes, his choices. The Choice Scarf block for Grant, and Ninetales is just going to go down. Reggie Drago now has a free shot to go for something like a Draco Meteor into that Ogerpon, and we could be seeing a Game 3 once again.
We will be seeing a Game 3. This is why you really want to... This is something that people have been talking about a lot. Ogerpon Hearthflame is good.
And Draco Meteor lands, and we got another Game 3 for Allan to try to win the tournament, and Grant has a chance to win the Gym Challenge.
All right, here's what I think. This is why people were talking online. Ogerpon Hearthflame is really good. A lot of people love it. It doesn't do as much damage as you would expect if it doesn't get that Terra off. It is very Terra dependent. That being said, it's a really good Pokemon to be Terra dependent on, but it is very, very crucial that you Terrestrialize it. I think Terrestrializing the Ninetales to water helped, but at the end of the day, because you were able to hit with Dragon Energy, that was, I think, the call that was needed to make. That was needed, you know? And so I think you do this, if you're Allan, you do the same thing, and if you're Grant, you do the same thing. I just don't see any reason to switch the Pokemon you bring in. I don't think Urshifu or Landers is going to help on Allan's side, and I don't think that the Farigiraf or Rillaboom is going to really do that much to scare anything here, considering the big threat would be Ogerpon. I think that's like the big attacking threat. So... Because most likely we're going to see this Regidrago Terra to steal again. It is such a good Terra against Allan's team. So,
in all of the games that Grant's had with this Tornadus and Regidrago combination, he has always had the speed advantage. And as much as the speed advantage has helped out Grant, I would also have to think that it also helps out Allan because, well, if you're getting return damage, and it basically becomes a game of like, okay, well, if I survive this, I get all my retaliation, you might just end up losing your Pokemon.
Exactly.
Let's see what the lead is for Game 3 here. Tornadus Regidrago once again for Grant as he's looking to win the Gym Challenge, and Ninetales Iron Bundle for Allan. He's going straight up Snow this time as his last hope to win the Gym Challenge against Grant, who's looking to do the same.
Not bad lead. Not a bad lead. I think here... I think you kind of bait out this. I think you kind of switch Iron Bundle out. I'm not gonna lie. I think you could go for a free Blizzard and just or protect the Iron Bundle on this turn. But I think it can't really do all that much yet.
I could see Tornadus taunting the Ninetales to make sure Aurora Veil doesn't go well, because I feel like this is like the best time to go for the Aurora Veil, in my opinion. But if this is obvious to Allan, he needs to go Blizzard.
I think I'd just pick Blizzard regardless. You won one match without Aurora Veil. I don't think Dragon Energy is going to be... I think the thing is, you just got to stall out Tailwind and chip Regidrago, and I think Aurora Veil could be good, but I think Blizzard's better in this case.
See a Translation come out from Grant once again. Is this Regidrago for steal a third game in a row? And it is.
You need to. You really need to. I mean, when you're facing a team like this, the only thing you have to do is steal, because you're going to get bodied by any ice move.
Tornadus goes for Tailwind, so Iron Bundle will get the jump on everything first.
A bit surprised at that one, actually. Double Blizzard or Aurora Veil?
Blizzard comes out from Iron Bundle. Tornadus goes down to his Focus Sash. It's not going to be very effective towards his Regidrago. There is a chance that Regidrago get frozen, but it's only gotten frozen once in this game 1 of the Specific Reset. Dragon Energy does come out as no freeze came out. So Iron Bundle will go down here, but did Ninetales go for the Aurora Veil, or was it a Blizzard?
I think if you double Blizzard, it's a bit of a better option, but I'm not 100% sure.
Time to find out what the answer is right now. It is a double Blizzard.
Okay,
Tornadus goes down, and Regidrago is going to be able to take the hit a bit better than what it was able to do previously, and I don't think we saw a freeze unless the animations are not playing in the order that I think it is, and it is no frozen.
This is a good... I think Allan needs to go into Rillaboom. Fake out one of the two and set your Aurora Veil up so that you do not get hit with full power.
If it's Goldango, that's still a problem, because then you force us out to Terra on the Ninetales.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing. That's why you're kind of considering the Ogerpon here. But that being said, Ogerpon's going to outspeed... Like, if it's that...
Tailwind's up, so Ogerpon
you don't do anything. Exactly. You got to bring out Rillaboom here. You have to. I think Rilla's the call. Ogerpon, especially too, because Ogerpon can benefit.
And it is Goldango.
Okay, that's fine. Terra Water, you have to, because the thing here, I think you fake out on the Regidrago, and you set up an Aurora Veil. I think that's the only call. You have to Terra Water, or you could switch into, yeah, but no, I think you gotta tear the water. You have to.
Yeah, it has to tear the water. Make sure it survives to make it rain because it is quad weak to it.
That's not good, and it's not focus sash. It's likely so. But if the thing here's where I think it's important. You're losing a Terra. That being said, if you can play your cards right, you can trap this Goldengo in a position it doesn't want to be in, which is -1 or 2 in special attack. I think another better option. Actually, you know what? Instead of the fake out, I think it's good to go for Stomping Tantrum.
And here we go. Terra Water comes out from this Ninetales, and if you're referring to the Stomping Tantrum on the Rillaboom,
or High Horsepower. Sorry.
So Terra Water from this Ninetales, so not going to take a Dragon Energy this turn because either it's going to protect or it's going to take that fake out.
You have 2 choices. Yeah.
And here comes the Goldengo's attack. This is, oh, it reads the Terra with a Thunderbolt. Is this going to be enough to take the knockout onto the Ninetales? It is not! No paralysis, more importantly, and this seems the Regidrago is going to flinch from this fake out and Aurora Veil set.
Okay, you're not in a bad spot. If you're Allan, you're scared, but you're not in a horrible spot because that Tornadus is gone. Stall up the Tailwind. I believe there's 1 or 2 turns. I think ideally what you do here, is
the Ninetales has to faint in turn. I think the Ninetales has to faint this turn.
Yeah, and I think you got to go for a High Horsepower on Regidrago or possibly Grassy Glide. I just don't think it's
Grassy Glide. I don't think Grassy Glide is anywhere near close to knocking out any of these Pokemon.
No, but you want to chip Regidrago a bit for Ogerpon late game. But I do, or just to keep your right now, you just want to keep Rillaboom alive. But I think a High Horsepower on Regidrago is the right call regardless. Just scary.
But does Grant just protect here though? Ninetales protects. Okay, Regidrago's faster than Tailwind, so no protects came out from this Regidrago.
You gotta go double up on. I think make it rain Dragon Energy or make it rain. I actually personally think make it rain Draco Meteor onto the Rillaboom is the call.
That's a good amount of defensive utility from that Aurora because Rillaboom took the damage a lot better than previously. Goldengo takes more Life Orb damage. Regidrago now goes for this Dragon Energy. This Aurora build needs to be big because Regidrago's near half HP. It does take it pretty well, so it does get another chance to get some HP recovery to survive another incoming attack from... Oh, and the High Horsepower is enough to knock out the Regidrago out of sheer power, and now this Goldengo stuck at -1 with the Life Orb.
That's why you had to go for Dragon Energy. I just think that was the call.
No, that was the call. Just
I'm sorry, Draco Meteor. I think that would have done so much more damage and picked up the knockout, but having Rillaboom still in play is giant for Allan.
And Urshifu is the last mon for Grant.
Case in point, I think Allan's going to be able to pick this one up here, but it's going to be, you basically, at this point, okay. Yeah, I think this one, I think you needed the Dragon Energy there. I think you really needed the Dragon Energy. That Dragon
Energy was the move.
I'm sorry, Draco Meteor. I keep saying Dragon Energy. That's my bad. If you Draco Meteored into the Rillaboom slot, it would have picked up a KO if my calculations are correct. Or would have been close. It would have been a roll. So I think that was the call. Because at this point, you're able to, Allan can just go for Grassy Glide into this Urshifu
here
slot.
We go. It is not enough to take out the Urshifu, so the blizzard damage from game 1 did end up mattering. Close combat into this Rillaboom is enough to take the knockout, and if Goldengo does have the steam to get past this Ninetales with the Shadow Ball or Thunderbolt, it's Ogerpon versus 2 Pokemon, but Ogerpon looking pretty good right now.
It's in a great spot, yeah. Basically,
Thunderbolt is the move, and now Ogerpon has a good matchup with a Grassy Glide. I mean, oh my god, wait a minute. If this is the last turn of Grassy Terrain, this Urshifu might be looking a little bit better than I thought, but it's all going to come down to the speed because it does have a free knockout chance on this Goldengo, but it's more so, do you have the Grassy Terrain to prioritize this Scarf Urshifu?
That's basically it. If this Grassy Terrain expires, then...
Oh, Tailwind's gone.
I believe Grassy Terrain survives one more turn. That's it. You Grassy Glide, and hope they don't crit the Shadow Ball. That's it.
Or don't get a paralysis off Thunderbolt.
Both would be acceptable. Both would be acceptable. You basically are...
2 turns on Grassy Terrain, so he's comfortable doing so.
I say just Grassy Glide Urshifu because there's not... Yeah, it's basically... I personally think, like you said, the Thunderbolt is a bit of a better call just to try it because I think you're more inclined to get Thunder Paralysis than Shadow Ball crit. I think you're more likely to get a paralysis. Yeah, so I think Thunderbolt is what we'll see, and if that does not paralyze,
and now goes Urshifu. Down goes the Urshifu. Grants down to Justice Goldengo at -1 special attack. Banks from that Make It Rain. And what is the move here? It's just going to be a Shadow Ball.
It needs a crit.
It needs a big crit to come in right here right now, and nowhere to be seen. And I think that just certifies Allan as the champion. And Snow is done, but not like he needed the Snow, because he got everything accomplished with that Iron Bundle and that Ogre Pawn. Allan, he did everything in his power to win the tournament last week, but he fell short of the glory. Oh my God, Grant.
Stall it out a little bit. Hey, you know, you could miss an Ivy Cudgel. No, you can't. You totally can't miss an Ivy Cudgel. I'm just messing around. I don't know what. That's it. I think you just are kind of like.
Well, Goldango's trying to get a bit more HP recovery.
This is an Ogre Pawn with a really high attack stat. Okay, Grant needs to survive the Ivy Cudgel and crit in a Shadow Ball. That's it.
And Allan has done everything in his power to get back into position. Goldango is faster than this Goldango, unless this ended up being a speed tie. The Aurora Veil just proving too much to be a defensive prowess. And Allan, who couldn't get it done last week in the Gym Challenge, gets it done this week, and Allan gets his revenge and wins the Gym Challenge Sunday Series here for the number 2.
What a match, guys. This was just one of the most insane nail-biting matches we've ever seen. Back and forth, back and forth. Regidraco, Ninetales, Regidraco, Ninetales. And you know what I really love about this? What I just said, Regidraco and Ninetales. Two Pokemon that have not really seen much competitive play, ending up on the top 2, and being not just ending up on the top 2, being the core of the top 2. That was so exciting. And again, I think this is something that a lot of people are starting to realize in this format in Regulation E. The unusual picks are the ones that are doing the best. The ones like Regidraco, the ones like Alolan Ninetales, the ones like last week we've seen 3rd place Como O with Body Press. All these things that usually would not be the first thing you think of when you think of the meta, that's what's shining in the tournaments.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of crazy picks today. We've seen a far lot less Ogre Pawns than last week.
You're right. I think new toy syndrome's kind of wearing off. We're starting to see Ogre Pawn doesn't do as much damage without its Terra. I do think that we're seeing kind of where they're going to be in the meta. You know, obviously Ogre Pawn Hearthflame just won the tournament thing with Allan, and it did a lot of damage. But I also personally think that we're going to see Surge and Water Ogre Pawn, because it kind of is like the new Amoonguss. You know, you have Follow Me, but you also have offensive options, and with grass types running around everywhere, Spore is becoming less viable.